Comes to your child's safety amid the coronavirus pandemic.
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live this morning with what to expect in West Fargo public schools this year. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Jordan and Lisa. And it's like you're saying, COVID-19 has put up so many expectations or, things that we have to get used to with this upcoming school year. So, of course, Superintendent Beth Sleddy is here with me today to talk with me about some of these programs, especially the virtual programs. I guess, what should we expect with these programs coming up?
Well, we know that in these uncertain times, families have different feelings and different needs. So West Fargo Schools wanted to provide options for families. And so families can either choose the hybrid option, which is a combination of online and on-site learning. But we also have a full off-site learning plan for virtual learners. And that's 100% of the time off-site. And in that program, students have synchronous time, which is face-to-face and real-time learning with their instructor. And then they also have opportunities for time that's flexible to do the work at their own pace in their own time. So those options are available. We were in a distance learning program last spring. We've learned a lot from our families through parent forums where they told us some areas that they'd like to see improved. And one of those areas is more in real-time learning, more synchronous learning. So we are making those changes so that the opportunity for those families is improved and even more engaging for the child.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, Beth, for being here
Yes.
with me this morning. And like we were talking about before, we'll still be here the rest of this morning to let you know more about what's coming up with this upcoming school year.
Brian reporting live, thank you very much. And we do have more information on area school districts on the VNL News app. Just click on that Back to School tab.
Forget football and volleyball in Minnesota this year. COVID-19 concerns are forcing high school fall sports to another season. Athletes will instead compete in a new fourth season starting in March. Cross country, swimming and diving, soccer and girls tennis will be competing soon, starting August 17th, but their seasons will also look different.
There will be limited a number of competitions and teams that can attend per contest, so schools are working out new schedules. There's a lot that coaches and their athletes will have to do in the coming weeks and months, though.
By moving, there's a significant impact on a whole bunch of other activities and things that are going on. So I hope over the next few weeks and months that we can really take a look at what that spring is going to look like.
Some things are still up in the air. Some spring sports may be moved at a later time. And so far, no decisions on what's happening with winter sports.
It's 8 minutes before the top of the hour. Let's get a check of that forecast on this Wednesday morning that has some folks waking up to rain outside, Lisa.
Yeah, we're looking at conditions that are going to be rather tough out there this morning as we're starting off the day today. And there are very different experiences happening this morning depending on where you are. Let's take a look at around the valley at some of our DOT cams from around the region. In Fargo, things are looking really good right now. We've got on our DOT cam on the tri-level, Fargo's seeing some nice bright sunshine as that sun has been up. And in East Grand Forks, a few clouds hanging around, but you can still see that the sun has been shining as we look toward the Red River and beyond. And conditions are looking a little bit more murky in other places here to start off the day today in the southern end of the valley here and at the south and west rather. So this afternoon you can see we're looking at some better weather coming our way, but warmer weather coming our way rather. But we are looking at conditions that are going to be rather tough. Let's get back to that planner here. Here's a look at our sky cam here. We're looking at Dickey County having some technical issues, but we'll get this together. Dickey County on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see that visibility is pretty low. This is along Highway 11 in the western part of the county. We've got some fog, some mist out there, and then in the Medina area, some showers along I-94. So let's take a look at your radar right now. You can see some areas of scattered rain and thunder in the south and west where we saw that on our sky cams. And let's zoom in a little bit more. There's some thunder going on too. So this is southwest of Jamestown. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And around the Gackle area, north and west of Edgeley, we're seeing a good little thunderstorm there too. And then this is moving south and east. So it's going to be approaching the Edgeley area and eventually moving into more parts of Lemoore and Dickey counties. Valley City seeing some showers, other places in the valley too. So this is the focus right now. But this system will likely trigger some more showers heading into later parts of the day. A look at your temperatures. most of us in the 50s to some low 60s for us here this morning. So your hour-by-hour planner, Fargo, again looking really great, but we'll see that chance for rain also approach the Fargo-Moorhead area, especially into the afternoon. Temperatures into the 70s coming up here for this afternoon as well. So again, a chance for some rain and maybe even some thunderstorms too, but it doesn't look like severe weather for today. That comes later this weekend, Friday and into Saturday and Sunday. Let's check in now with Devin Fry for the Valley Today's traffic on the move.
Thanks, Lisa. We're finishing up our morning drive for this hour on I-94. We are heading east toward Minnesota. Now, overall, the traffic flow this morning, it started off a lot busier than what we were experiencing yesterday. But as you can see, things have kind of leveled off here on the interstates. Over on the west side of I-94, it is busier than what we're experiencing here over in the east side, but it is still moving pretty well. It's just a little bit less busy than what we were dealing with even half an hour ago. So good news for drivers making their way out the door. It's looking like it's lightening up out here. We're going to see how this traffic flow evolves and continues over the next hour, but for right now, things are moving smoothly. We do have a new lane closure going into effect today. It's actually going to be a full road closure on 39th Street South. So that's right by 32nd Avenue near the Love's truck stop. So be prepared for that one. We're going to keep checking out these roadways, but for now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
Minnesota is in the home stretch to primary election day. Your votes on Tuesday, August 11th will decide who moves on to the general election in November. If you've already requested your absentee ballot by mail, fill it out and send it in. There's no postage necessary on the return envelope you got, but it must be postmarked by Election Day, August 11th, and received no later than August 13th.
You can also track the status of your mail-in ballot online to see when it arrives. If you do miss that mail-in deadline, you can drop your ballot off in person up until 3 p.m. on Election Day, but it must go to the election office that sent you the ballot, not your polling place. And you can still vote early by absentee ballot in person at your county election office.
You can also go old school and just cast your ballot at the polling place on Election Day. Just remember to wear your mask. A former North Dakota volleyball coach is apologizing for his behavior, but is denying accusations of inappropriate behavior made by two teenage girls.
The State Bureau of Criminal Investigations is looking into allegations against Brian Christensen. He was fired in June from his job as an assistant volleyball coach at Oaks Public Schools. An 18-year-old former student reported that Christensen would slap her butt during volleyball practice. And she says he invited her out to his barn late one Sunday night, where he started rubbing her arm, torso, face, and shoulders, and then kissed her on the forehead.
Another 17-year-old girl also came forward, claiming Christensen invited her into his office to ask her about her sex life. We reached out to the Oaks Public Schools superintendent, but we have not yet heard back from him.
At least one person is dead after a rollover in Otter Tail County. The Minnesota State Patrol says a 21-year-old Moorhead man was driving on Highway 10 near New York Mills when his car went out of control and rolled several times in the highway median.
There was another 21-year-old man from Moorhead in the car, but the state troopers' reports do not indicate if one or both of them died. The State Patrol plans to release more information later today. There's a heartbreaking turn of events in a double fatal car crash in North Fargo. Police now say they believe the head-on collision was intentional. They say Nathaniel Wilson of West Fargo was speeding last Friday in the 4300 block of 7th Avenue North when he crossed into the opposite lane and hit an SUV. Wilson died at the scene. 49-year-old Thomas Edmonds of Fargo died at the hospital.
Police say evidence, including witness statements, suggests that Wilson drove into Edmonds' vehicle on purpose. The two men did not know each other, and it was not a case of road rage. A GoFundMe page has since been set up for Edmonds, who was a father of 5 children.
Even Moorhead's famous Cupcake Fundraiser is going curbside this year. Addie's Royal Cupcake Stand is holding its annual event as a drive-through. And it's happening this coming Tuesday from 3:30 to 5:30 in the afternoon at Probes Field School in South Moorhead.
Princesses will be delivering cupcakes to drivers. Now all proceeds from the event go to the Sunshine Foundation. That helps kids who are chronically or seriously ill, physically challenged, or abused.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. The amount of time we've spent doing this has increased significantly over the last 4 months.
The answer is playing video games. Got to pass the time since everything is closed. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley today, it rolls on. We have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up on the Fargo CW.